Hi third grade, Mrs. Pierce here, and today I'm going to talk to you about what we covered in week 1 of September art class. So if you were not able to attend the live meeting, you're going to want to watch this video to get your instructions. Now I am showing you here our third grade art Google Classroom. You're going to have 2 posts in there so far. You are going to have the virtual art classroom, which has some links to some helpful information and some answers to some frequently asked questions. This will always remain in your Google Classroom, and you can use it as a reference in the future. This post also has 2 other helpful links that go to the art website. In the art room is where I'm going to update weekly with what was missed during a live meeting. So if you are ever home sick for an art meeting and cannot attend, at the end of the day on Friday, I will be posting these videos to help you get caught up. The Making Art at Home link there will take you to a part of the page there that has different ways that you can make art at home. So let's say it's Monday and you are learning at home and you want to do some art making. There's never going to be any new instruction for Monday for art. You could work on your project. But if you want some other ideas on ways you can make art at home, check that link out. So you're going to find hands-on projects like drawing, painting, sculpting, printing, sewing, weaving. But then you're also going to find links to virtual art museums that you can check out, or even websites that are connected to art and playing games. So if you ever want to make some more art at home and need some ideas, you should check that out. Our week 1 post then for September is located at the top. In class, we talked about the schedule. So again, this is a reference. Week 1 is always going to be the introduction to the topics and then brainstorming ideas. Do not forget with each week, though, to fill out your exit ticket because that counts for your attendance. We also then, today, talked about what your theme is for the month. Now we're basing our theme for September on the book The Dot. The Dot is written and illustrated by Peter H. Reynolds, and it is a book that celebrates creativity, courage, and collaboration, which those are things that we celebrate in art class every day. International Dot Day is actually coming up on September 15th, and that's a holiday for creative people, so I always like to start the year with a Dot Day project. You can click on the link here to check out the story. And I also have included the Dot song. So if you like to sing and dance, that's a really catchy song. I encourage you to check it out. Now for your project, you have lots of different ways that you can make your art project. We will be starting that project during our live meeting next week. So right now you should probably have a piece of paper out. You should have something that you can write with so that you can take some notes. This can be key takeaways, or this could be ideas that you have as you are learning about what you could potentially do. So you can make circle-inspired art with any media, anything you have there at home. So if you have the basics like crayons, colored pencils, or markers, you could use any of those supplies. If you have paint, you could do a painting. If you have cardboard and other recyclable materials like lids, you can use those for your project. If you have craft supplies like yarn or pom-poms or wiggly eyes, you can do anything you want as long as you can connect it back to our theme, the dot. Try using a coffee filter or a paper plate instead of paper. They're already a circle. Pointillism, which is also known as stippling, is a technique that uses only dots. We will spend some time in week 2 learning more about stippling. And then mandalas are a type of art that show radial balance. Radial balance starts in the center of a circle and shows its balance out into the circle from that center. Mandalas are made by people all over the world for all sorts of different reasons, so you can check those out if that is something of interest to you. Lots of artists, though, use circles and dots in their artwork, so here are some other examples that I have. Painted rocks are something fun, to do, and these examples here show designs made up completely of dots. So hopefully you can maybe find a little inspiration there. The last idea here then shows, some different ways. The first idea shows a weaving on a paper plate. Then there's a couple paintings. This is called Zentangling when you use a marker. I mean, you can use a pencil as well, but to make patterns. There's some string art, and that last project uses cardboard and tin foil. So you may have other things around your house that you might not think of as art supplies that you could use to make Dot Day inspired projects. So these are the notes that I took as I was kind of thinking about and learning, what I could do for my Dot Day project. So this is going to be what I want to see from you next time when we meet together as a class. So at the top here I wrote that this is for art class and for September. So if this paper gets misplaced, I can hopefully find it and remember what it is for. I wrote down that my theme here is Dot Day, but again, how you choose to do that is completely up to you. How do I want to do that? I wrote down some key thoughts that I had as I looked at that presentation. I could use a paper plate or a coffee filter because, again, untraditional or unconventional art supplies, work for projects as well. You could make a mandala, or I can use any art materials that I have. There is no limit here, only your imagination. Some other key thoughts, I only have to make one project for the whole month of September, so I don't have to sit down and do it right now. I can work on it during our art meetings. And then this project is due on 9/30. Now, when it gets closer to the end of the month, we will talk about how you can turn in your work. So next time when we have our live meeting, you will want to have your list of ideas, your brainstorm, another writing utensil. Crayons work too, if you would like to do it that way. We'll talk about pointillism or stippling. We'll do a little bit of practice, and then you'll have time to get your project started. Have a great week.